Going on? Why they have me sideways? Hold on, because I'm not even following up with that. Let me get my I feel like my voice sounds so deep. I'm so tired. I'm gonna try to be real extra because I'm tired. I think I'm picking up on a lot of different things. I don't know why YouTube keeps doing that to me. Let me get. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. And I'm getting my, what is this? LinkedIn up. Shout out to all the replay viewers. If you are a replay viewer watching this, make sure you drop your favorite emoji in the comments so I can know you caught the replay. I'm just waiting on LinkedIn. Oh, nothing. We just waiting on LinkedIn. That's it. Go live. Okay, LinkedIn decided to join us. All right, so today we're talking about how to stop second guessing yourself and trust your decisions again. All right, this is for the high achieving woman. If you're a man watching me and you know you struggle with this is for you too. You look polished on the outside, but on the inside, you're secretly crumbling. You can present things. Why do I look so dark on YouTube? You can make these grand presentations at work, LinkedIn, wink, wink. You have it all down packed. You can send these amazing emails. But then when you get home, some of you, not even when you get home, some of you, when you get in the car, on the way home, you are battling in your mind so bad. You are second guessing yourself. It takes everything in you to not even self sabotage. All right. This is for you. So you have to know that second guessing, it doesn't protect you, it actually paralyzes you. All right. I have my notes here, and I also have 3 screens that I have to remember that I'm on. So today we're going to talk about why you second guess, how it's sabotaging your clarity, and practical steps you can take to finally trust yourself again. And you'll already know at the end, what does Renisha have at the end? She has decrees and declarations for you to speak over yourself. Why? Because life and death, the power of life and death lies in your tongue. So we're going to jump right in, okay? High achieving women, they tend to look really powerful on the outside. I keep seeing this Aaron. Is this the real Aaron that every now and you will drop in my life? Is this the real? I have breaking news, Aaron. I don't know because your name keep popping up on my life. All right, high achieving women, you look powerful. You look polished. You look put together on the outside, but inside, many of you are drowning in doubt. You're drowning in a sea of doubt. I was trying to click and see if that was the real Aaron, but I'm not going to fangirl out. All right. So you're successful on the outside, but on the inside, you're doubting yourself. You have the degrees. Thank you for the follow on TikTok. You have the degrees. You have the career. You have the house. You may have the family. You have all of this stuff, but you still lay awake at night replaying the decisions you've made in your head with all of this. Externally, you're winning. Internally, you are second guessing every single move you make. That is a prison, okay? We talked about that, the prison of perfectionism. We talked about that last week. So some of you, this is rooted in childhood. This is where it started. Okay? You had a toxic home environment. Some of you, you had very critical parents, grandparents. Some of you may have heard my story last week that I was sharing about an uncle that was kept telling the cousin something that made her or contributed to her unaliving herself. So you could have had uncles and aunts like that, okay? It could be a mother wound that you're dealing with. It could be a father wound you're dealing with. But somewhere along your childhood, the seed of doubt was planted very early. Please tap, 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 tap the screen on TikTok. Okay? So growing up, your voice was dismissed or controlled whenever you question an adult. Instead of them explaining things to you, they just got upset, told you to stay out grown folks' business, which some of you do have that issue. Some children, I should say that because you're adults now, but some children do have that issue. But you were silenced whenever you tried to understand things. Perfectionism was your survival mechanism. And now what that looks like, I keep forgetting to look at LinkedIn. Now what that looks like is you overthinking every single thing. You're in a mental prison. All right. And then some of you deal with the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and even the fear of success. The fear of success is a whole thing too. Okay. But the fear of failure and the fear of judgment, you second guess, not because you are actually failing, but you fear how are people going to respond if I get this wrong? What if this doesn't work? This is your mind frame. And it may not just be with your job, it may spill over into other relationships. You're thinking, what if I get it wrong? I'm going to look stupid. They're going to talk about me. Baby, forget them, okay? So it's not the actual mistake that scares you, it's the shame that comes with it. You don't want to be embarrassed in front of people, okay? So it's not that you're second guessing yourself because you're weak. You're second guessing yourself because you were trained to, even as a child. So if you're just joining, let me reset the room real quick. My name is Ranisha. I am an inner healing coach, okay? Today, we're talking about the fact that you second guess yourself. I want to help you learn how to trust yourself and the decisions that you make again. You can type trust in the chat if you know that this is something you battled with, okay? Also, my clarity reset is a good place for you to start if you have these type of issues. If you're trying to figure out, well, how do I what do I do? Where do I start? I don't know where to go. The clarity reset is simple. It's a 7-day reset, a 7-day program. If you follow it, hey Candace, high foundations with sapphires. If you follow this for 7 days, you're going to see a change in the way you think, the way you behave, the way you respond, the way you release stuff you were never supposed to carry. You're going to see a change, but you have to follow it in just 7 days. All right. So let's talk about the cost of living when you're always second guessing yourself. All right. It doesn't just make you careful, second guessing, it also makes you stuck. And being stuck is expensive. I briefly mentioned on a live recently how some of you are dating people and you say you act like a little girl, you act like a little boy, but you don't realize they really are because they're stuck in their childhood mentally or emotionally. TikTok, if can you just tap the screen? Baby, it's free. Just tap the screen every now and then, it'll push the video out. All right, so when you're living a life where all you do is second guess yourself, you're going to miss opportunities, period. I don't want to hear any of that. What God has for me is for me. Some of y'all already missed some opportunities. Let's be real because you second guessed yourself. You talked yourself right out of what God had for you. So y'all can go take that somewhere else, okay? You can miss out on opportunities, promotions, partnerships, relationships, money, status, success. Yes, you can if you're constantly second guessing yourself. You want to hesitate too long, and the opportunity is going to pass. You want to procrastinate, thinking you have all this time when I keep trying to tell y'all you don't have time to waste time. I don't know who you think you are. And you're just procrastinating, baby. You do not have time. You hesitate too long, the opportunity is going to pass. I'm not battling TikTok. Okay. This is the truth. Someone who is less qualified than you can move forward and pass you just because they said yes. Foundation said, help me, Lord. Listen, help all of us. So you can't be jealous of the person that ends up with the position you were supposed to have because you were too afraid to move. So yeah, they are less qualified, but don't be going around gossiping about them. They weren't scared. You are. You're allowing this to paralyze you. Okay. You want to turn down the leadership role. You're scared to pitch your idea. Or you could even be in a healthy relationship and you walk away because you were paralyzed in decision. Some of y'all struggle so bad with making a decision. Just make a decision. It's not rocket science, okay? Every delayed yes is a silent no to your future. Now, if you like the spot you're in, the space you're in, if you like circling the same mountain over and over, if you like complaining about the same year, the same thing every year during the same time of year, there are some people that, Lord, I need to stay focused. Some people fight the same battles, the same struggles. It comes around every year like clockwork. You have got to be tired by now, okay? Those of you, exactly, Cycles Foundation. Those of you that live in this space where you're always second guessing, this is mentally exhausting, okay? You should be mentally exhausted from constantly having to replay your decisions. You're constantly overthinking, baby, that will drain the out of you, all right? Then decision fatigue, it sets in, making even the smallest choice overwhelming. The smallest thing, okay? And you're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're thinking too much. Some of you need to stop and apologize to your brain. I recently gave you an exercise. I did a reel about tapping your heart and apologizing. Some of y'all need to start apologizing to your brain because you're doing too much. If you struggle with this, you're also going to be battling identity confusion. Who am I without their approval? Okay, many high achievers, they link their confidence to external validation. It could be their parents, their bosses, their mentors, whoever raised them, but they link their confidence to this external approval. So when people aren't clapping for you, there's a problem. Okay? Without their stamp of approval, you end up freezing up. All right, TikTok, y'all just gonna have to come to YouTube. We're not doing that. You end up freezing up, okay, without their stamp of approval. So if you've been trained, I can move this over now since I turned TikTok on. Hold on, y'all. Okay. If you have been trained to borrow confidence, you'll always feel bankrupt when no one co-signs your decision. You always need a cosigner. There are people like this that I know in real life, and it looks like I'm frozen. It looks like I'm frozen on LinkedIn. Let me end the stream and start it again. Not on YouTube, but on LinkedIn, I'm definitely frozen. Let me end it, and I don't even know how long I was frozen because I had my notes over it. Okay, it's showing I'm moving now. There are people in real life, they need people to co-sign their every move. This is a problem. You need to figure out what the root cause of that is so that you can work it out. You need to work through that. You should not be messaging somebody, calling somebody, trying to have a conversation with somebody for every single decision that you have to make. And it's simple stuff. Some of this stuff is simple. That's a problem. Okay? Know that every time you choose to delay your decision, you're delaying your destiny. Let me do a quick room reset. My name is Renisha. I'm an inner healing and breakthrough coach. Today, we're exposing the real cost of always second guessing. All right? Don't just lurk. If you know this is you, type enough in the comments. You have to learn how to start trusting your decisions again. And this does not happen overnight. You all know I talk about you all know I talk about giving yourself grace. It doesn't happen overnight, but you have to learn how to trust yourself again. All right. So I'm going to give you some steps. I think I have 4 steps. 4 steps. Let me check and make sure LinkedIn. Okay. 4 steps in how you can trust, 4 steps that will assist you in trusting yourself again. Step number 1, you have got to silence the critic. Okay. That voice in your head, it came from somewhere. That voice that has you doubting yourself, it didn't just pop up out of the blue. It came from somewhere. So I don't know if it was your mother, your father, your grandparents, that teacher in school, your boss, an old critic, the people in church picking at you. I don't know. But that voice came from somewhere that's causing you to doubt yourself. All right. When you hear it, you need to pause, name it, and say, you know what? That's not me. This is whoever. After you identify it, say, this is some, we'll say, no, I can't use that name. Dr. Teal. That's not me. This is Dr. Teal's voice because in school he was always picking at me. I was always the one he called out. I don't agree with what Dr. Teal said anymore. Okay? So you're going to have to pause and name it. Call it out. Know that that is not yours. You cannot you cannot learn how to trust yourself again if you're always rehearsing what someone else said about you. You understand? You cannot trust yourself if you're still rehearsing somebody else's opinion of you. What you think about me, that ain't none of my business. Go in peace. Okay? Step number 2, you're going to have to build micro trust. So you're going to start small. Remember, I was talking about the person that always has to get a cosigner for every little thing? You're going to start small. You're going to start making small, low stake decisions on a daily basis. You understand? Every day, you're going to start small. You're not going to be reaching out, texting, calling, FaceTiming, asking somebody, well, what do you think about this? Because you don't want to move forward without a co-signer. You're not going to do that. You're going to start small. It could be something as simple as choosing your lunch in under 30 seconds. Instead of taking 2 hours, sorry, instead of taking 2 hours trying to figure out what you want to eat that day, I'm going to make up my mind in 30 seconds. This is what I'm eating, okay? It can be another small task, picking out your outfit without changing 3 or 4 times. I'm wearing this, let's go, okay? So each small win, that's going to teach your brain that you can make decisions. You're retraining your brain. So your brain is going to start saying, see, I can make a decision. This is what these small things are going to do, okay? So confidence grows in the small private decisions before it shows up in these big public spaces. You're going to start small. Step number 3, you're going to anchor this thing to truth. So you're going to replace whatever fear you have, whatever you've been battling, you're going to replace it with a positive affirmation. Sorry, y'all. So if you're a woman of faith, a woman or a man of faith, if there are any men watching, you may battle with, if you're hearing God, you're going to say, I hear God. I can trust myself. Okay. If you feel like you're indecisive and you can't make decisions, I can make decisions. I'm a decided man. I'm a decided woman. I don't struggle when it comes to decision making. I'm a leader. Whatever the affirmation is that you need. Okay. The scripture says his sheep knows his voice, which means clarity is already on the inside of you. It's already on the inside. So you're going to have to anchor the truth to keep you from outsourcing your confidence. All right. You're not going to keep looking for cosigners. You're going to learn how to cosign yourself. And number 4, you're going to rehearse your wins. If you are a person who likes journaling, journal moments when that gut feeling you have, when it was actually right, even if it's the smallest thing, journal it. I have a call coming through, y'all. Sorry. Hopefully you two can still hear me. If you need to put it on your phone, you can just jot it down in your phone. Small win for today. This is even something you can do at the end of your day. You can start literally today. Today is 9/11. Oh, Lord, help America. So at the end of the day, tonight, when you're sitting down before you go to bed, journal all of your small wins. Just start there, okay? And then you can go back and review those wins when doubt tries to creep in. When doubt comes and tells you who you aren't and what you cannot do, you can pull out your phone, your tablet, whatever. Nah, I can't do it because I did it on this day. You understand? So second guessing, it rehearses failure, but trust rehearses proof that you already hear that. I'm sorry, y'all. Did I keep coughing? Okay, so clarity comes when you stop rehearsing failure and you start to rehearse trust. You have to start rehearsing it. You practice everything else. Thank you. You practice everything else. I was about to call something out. You can practice this. Okay. So let me reset the room real quick. My name is Renisha. I am your inner healing and breakthrough coach. Today, we're talking about how to stop second guessing yourself because you want to start trusting your decisions again. Share this with somebody on your timeline if you know they need clarity now. Also, I have a 7-day program called the Clarity Reset. If you are already invested in the burden release method, you do not need to grab this because that's like the foundation of it. And I got so many great reviews from the people that actually completed that. All I did was go in and I upgraded it. So I made it better. Okay. Let me give you some steps to reset your clarity. I just see like TikTok dances. They just randomly pop in my head, y'all. I don't know what is wrong with me. Let me give you some steps to reset your clarity. Inner healing. You're going to have to doubt what was planted. I was talking about this earlier. So you're going to go back. You're going to do the work because you're not lazy. If you were lazy, you're not going to be lazy anymore. You're going to go back. You're going to do the inner work and you're going to figure out the root cause of this thing. Why am I always second guessing myself? Why am I always feeling like my decisions aren't enough, even though the people are praising me, the people in my office, my job, my boss is saying they've never had an employee like me, and I'm still going home doubting myself. They don't even know it. What is the root cause of this? Okay. That's the work I do, getting to the root. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to ask, who taught me to second guess myself? When did this start? This is what you're going to do, okay? And then figure out, was it your mother, your father, your grandparents that didn't like one of your parents, so they took it out on you? Was it an old teacher, an old boss? You have an old significant other, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, an ex-wife, an ex-husband. Go back and find the root of that thing because healing starts with awareness. You have to figure out the root, all right? You can't pull up a weed that you refuse to see. After that, you need to do a mental. You're going to have to do a mental reset. Stop carrying everyone else's weight. I don't know how many more times I need to say it. Stop carrying everyone else's weight. You have to reset mentally. And y'all know this is the month of the great reset, okay? A lot of your confusion is coming from carrying responsibilities and emotions that don't even belong to you. You understand? I'm acting like I can see y'all. Nod your head, okay? A lot of this stuff, it doesn't even belong to you. Overthinking a choice because you're worried about disappointing everyone else. I used to be there. Sometimes I'm still there and I have to call myself back out. We're not doing that. You put Renisha first. You're not going to overthink this because you don't want to disappoint. No. All right. This is where my clarity reset comes in. It's a 7-day guided process to release what's draining you and to make space to think clearly. I'm telling you, if you don't have it, get the reset and do it. 7 days and then come back and let me know how it worked for you. How it worked for you. You can't hear your own voice when you're drowning in everybody else's. All right. For those of you in leadership, here we go again. You have got to set clear boundaries. When you have clear boundaries, you're going to have clear decisions. Some leaders don't know how to set boundaries. They just think people should have 24-hour access to them. They can't say no. Baby, you better find you a boundary and set it. Okay, boundaries. Let me make sure LinkedIn is still working. Okay, boundaries are the foundation of clarity. I don't care how many people you lead, you need boundaries. Okay, when you say yes to everything, your decisions are always going to feel scattered. Some of you need to practice just saying no, 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 no. And when you learn how to say no more often, that's going to create space for your yes to shine, to stand out more. Stop saying yes to everything just to please people. Okay? So boundaries don't limit you, they focus you. Second guessing is going to die when you stop outsourcing your confidence. Okay? So I'm pretty much done. I just have to give you all these y'all already know we got some affirmations, declarations, decrees, whatever you want to call it. Let me reset the room real quick because people are coming in and out. My name is Renisha. I am an inner healing and breakthrough coach. Today we were talking about clarity, confidence, how to stop second guessing yourself, learning how to trust your decision making again. Some of y'all look real good on paper. You look real good in public. Sorry, but people don't know how you are battling in private. All right. If you know you need a reset, type reset in the comments. Even if you are watching the replay, still drop reset down in the comments. And I'm going to give you all these declarations and then we're done. Repeat after me. These affirmations are going to cover your identity, trusting your voice, breaking doubt and fear, clarity, confidence, your future, and your destiny. All right. You better learn how to speak over yourself. Repeat after me. I decree my voice is valuable and I can trust it. Let me take this one. I declare I no longer need external approval to validate my decisions. I decree clarity flows to me because I am aligned with truth. And of course, you all, if you want to use these affirmations later, you can just watch the replay and write them down. I declare second guessing is no longer my default. I decree fear of failure and judgment no longer paralyze me. I declare hesitation is breaking off of my life. I decree I make clear, confident decisions without apology. Let me put a pin right here. Stop over explaining yourself. Stop trying to explain yourself. Let your decision be your decision. Period. Repeat after me. I declare I trust my discernment and wisdom in every area of my life. I decree my next yes will not be delayed by doubt. I declare I am no longer rehearsing failure. I know that was a lot. I am rehearsing trust. I decree that delayed decisions will no longer delay my destiny. Last one. I declare I am stepping into a season of clarity, peace, and power. All right, so we're about to close, but before you get off, let me give you your next steps. If you know you've been second guessing too long, if you know that you've been carrying all of this foolishness for too long, you need to grab my clarity reset or breakthrough pathway. Okay, this is how it's going to happen for the clarity reset. That's my 7-day program that's going to help you with this constant overthinking and carrying all these other people's weights, carrying all this stuff that is not even your responsibility. It's going to help you. I'm going to help you clear the noise, lighten the weight that you've been carrying, and reclaim your peace within 7 days. I promise you, it works if you just work it. It is not hard. It is not hard, okay? So it's like a detox for your mind, your emotions, and your decisions. If you are someone who prefers one on one support, if you want to get both, fine. If you prefer the one on one support, you can apply for Breakthrough Pathway. Okay. This is where we go deep for one on one sessions. I help you break the cycles, build confidence, and you're going to stop living paralyzed by indecision. This is for women and men if you're watching, but y'all know my target audience is women. So this is for women that are tired of just surviving and they're ready to lead their life with clarity. As far as what we target in the 4 sessions, it depends on whatever you area you need to work on. However, I'm only giving you 45 days to get it done. So I used to say, okay, if you purchase this, you can use it within a year or 6 months. I don't know what it was for the 4 sessions, no longer, because we're not going to do this and then continue to procrastinate. So, no, you have 45 days to book 4 sessions with me. You can meet with me 4 times on video within a month and a half. Come on, y'all. It's only 4 times. Okay, so if you prefer that, apply for Breakthrough Pathway. If you are on LinkedIn, you can send me a DM and I can send you the link. If you're on YouTube, after this video ends, look in the description and you're going to see the links. You can also comment under my video. If you have questions, let me know if you all have questions now about the clarity reset or the breakthrough pathway, but you can literally find it on YouTube right in the description box. Okay. But if you're trying to figure out and you don't know where to start, grab the clarity reset. I promise you, you won't regret it. I don't see any questions. Y'all, it is September 11th, 2025. It is almost 2026. You don't need another year where all you do is sit around and doubt yourself, okay? You don't need another year of guessing. You need a reset before we cross over into the new year. Like it's almost time for us to start planning these, what do you call it? What do you call New Year's Eve parties and stuff like that and services? We're almost there. Okay. You better get your clarity, reset your life. Okay. Because we're almost about to cross over. And some of you, you've been dealing with the same thing all year long, even though I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting another call. Some of you have been dealing with the same thing year after year after year. You said 2025 was your year, but you're still stuck in the same cycles. I have to go because I need a nap, but I will see you all. We will be back tomorrow because I had to shift my live schedule around. Let me see what we're talking about tomorrow because y'all know I don't be child. Let's see what tomorrow is about. Today's Thursday, yeah. And let me know if there's a specific topic you want me to cover as it relates to inner healing, dealing with childhood trauma, or just these wounds that you have on the inside that nobody sees. If there is a specific topic you want me to cover, you can either inbox me on LinkedIn or the TikTok, or you can just comment under my video on YouTube. So tomorrow, this is good. We're going to talk about how to know if you're actually healing or just coping, because there are a lot of people out here living their whole lives off of just coping mechanisms. You're not healing for real, baby, because you don't really think anything is wrong with you. That's the problem. That is the problem. There's nothing wrong with me, but then everybody connected to you. Y'all saw that post I made about how nobody talks about how draining it is to deal with someone who isn't healed. Let me see if I can pull it up. I want the exact. You walking around talking about nothing is wrong with you, you're fine, and you literally draining everybody around you because you're not, you won't take the responsibility. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone, y'all. You won't take the responsibility to heal, and the people are afraid. So the post says, not enough people talk about the burnout from dealing with unhealed people. You do not want to be the person that's walking around talking about, girl, I'm good. There's nothing wrong with me. Men, you all do it too. But then you're sucking the life out of everybody connected to you, child. Let me get out of here. Grab the Clarity Reset, my 7-day program. Or if you want more one on one support, get Breakthrough Pathway. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. LinkedIn, gone. YouTube, I got to figure out. Thank you, YouTube, for hitting the button. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Share this with somebody. I'll see y'all tomorrow.